We talk about Deep Space Nine and if wishes were horses after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. If wishes were horses. Now, this whole idea in this show is that not wishes, but people's imaginations come to life. In the case of Miles O'Brien, when he's reading a bedtime story to his daughter, the character Rumpelstiltskin appears. When Julian, who is always trying to get the attentions of Jadzia Dax, finds Jadzia in his bedroom with him. When Quark is surrounded by scantily clad women, and when everybody in the bar suddenly starts winning at Dabo. And it begins snowing on the promenade. We have a situation to where what people imagine actually comes to life. And in one telling place, Dax mentions this to Julian, who is embarrassed upon finding that the Dax that's pursuing him is actually not really Dax. She says, well, I try not to pass any judgment because we all have secrets that we hold only to ourselves. And it's kind of an invasion of privacy to see what someone else imagines. And that's true. And while most everybody did not take these visions literally, obviously Julian knew that the Dax fantasy person was not really her, that the baseball player from the mid-21st century was not someone that Sisko regarded as real, and certainly Rumpelstiltskin was pretty much pushed away from O'Brien. And other things that happened in the episode were along the same lines of where they weren't believing anything was going on except perhaps for the most important thing. So what we had here, the end reveals why this all happened and what was really going on. And it's interesting. It's a nice bit of puzzle box writing. And while we get to see some reasonably good performances from Odo, we get a little bit more background on Odo. Sometimes he is defined more by Quark than he is by himself. And we see something about what Julian's inner mind works like. And we don't really know what it was that was disturbing O'Brien about Rumpelstiltskin. Perhaps that's something that will be illuminated later. But an interesting episode. I'm only disappointed that they have Keiko in there and she's only in 2 scenes and maybe has 1 line. And it seems kind of a waste to use someone of her talent without actually having her do anything. And I think this is something that is a problem with a lot of series when they have occasional actors that are part of the regular cast, basically, but not an every week kind of thing. And very often they are left as just kind of set pieces. And it's kind of a shame. But otherwise, I thought it was a fun show to watch. It was something that was different than we've seen before. I mean, there was something where, it was the shore leave episode in the original series where they were on a planet to where everybody's dreams came alive and they became dangerous. Except, of course, that they weren't dangerous by the time that it was all figured out. So it's kind of a different kind of reveal. And what it does, it just talks about the personalities of the characters, and that's all you should be able to get out of this. So I'd like to know what you think about it. Please put it in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. I want to remind you, of course, that The original series episode will be reviewed tomorrow, is our usual retro review. And then on Friday, we have, of course, the double feature of Babylon 5 and Lower Decks reviews. So we hope that you will stay tuned to this channel. And don't forget, subscribe and like, if you will, please. And until we meet again, don't go far.